Global tomorrow night. And now it's time for the ceremonial weigh for UFC 266. What's going on, Las Vegas, Nevada? We got a big one tomorrow night. The Octagon girls are here. Ariane, Brittany, Luciana, Brooklyn. UFC President Dana White is in the building. Our matchmaker, Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard, the powerful Hunter Campbell. We are ready to go. UFC 266. And we begin with the UFC Fight Pass prelims. First out of the chute in the featherweight division, Jonathan JSP Pierce versus Omar Venezuelan fighter Morales. $145.5, the official weight for Venezuelan fighter Omar Morales. And his opponent is Jonathan JSP Pierce. $145.5 for Jonathan Pierce. All right, next fight in the welterweight division. Matthew Semi the Jedi Semmelsberger versus Martin Spartan Sano. First fighter to the scale making his UFC debut here tomorrow, Martin Sano. $170, the official weight for Martin Sano. And his opponent, please welcome Matthew Semmelsberger. $170.5, the official weight for Matthew Semmelsberger. All right, next up, live on Fight Pass in the middleweight division, Cody Brundage versus Nick Maximo. First fighter to the scale set for his UFC debut tomorrow, Nick Maximo. $185.5 for Nick Maximo. And his opponent also making his UFC debut tomorrow, Cody Brundage. $185.5 for Cody Brundage. All right, moving on now to the lightweight division. Udos the Dr. Medic versus Jalen the Tarantula Turner. First fighter to the scale is Jalen Turner. Official weight 156 for Jalen Turner. And his opponent still undefeated, the Dr. Udos Medic. $156 for Udos Medic. These next four prelims can be seen live on ESPN News. First up in the women's flyweight division, Roxanne the Happy Warrior Modafferi versus Taila Santos. First fighter to the scale, number 12 in the world, Taila Santos. $125, the official weight for Taila Santos. And her opponent fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, number 9 in the world, the Happy Warrior, Roxanne Modafferi. $125.5 for Roxy. All right, next prelim comes your way in the UFC's heavyweight division. Shamil Abdurakhimov versus Chris Daukaus. First fighter to the scale, the 10th ranked heavyweight in the UFC, Chris Daukaus. $231, the official weight for Chris Daukaus. And his opponent, ranked 7th in the world, Shamil Abdurakhimov. Official weight, 258 pounds for Shamil Abdurakhimov. All right, next up, how good is this in the lightweight division? Dan the Hangman Hooker versus Nasrat Haqparast. $154.5 for Nasrat Haqparast. And his opponent, perennial lightweight contender, number 8 in the world, Dan the Hangman Hooker. $155.5, the official weight for Dan Hooker. All right, now the featured prelim in the bantamweight division. Magic Marlon Moraes versus Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. Official weight, 135.5 for the Georgian, Merab Dvalishvili. And his opponent, the 6th ranked bantamweight in the world, Magic Marlon Moraes. $135.5 for Marlon Moraes. All right, folks, that brings us to the main card live on pay-per-view. First up in the flyweight division, Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo. First fighter to the scale, number 5 in the world. She is Cynthia Calvillo. Official weight 126 for Cynthia Calvillo. And her opponent is the former UFC strawweight champion and number 1 ranked flyweight contender, Jessica Andrade. $126, the official weight for Jessica Andrade. All right, moving on now to a huge fight in the UFC's heavyweight division. Curtis Razor Blades versus Jairzinho Biggie Boy Rosenstrike. $257, the official weight for Biggie Boy. And his opponent, number 4 in the world, Curtis Razor Blades. Official weight 261 for Curtis Blades. All right, now it is time to take a closer look at a featured bout coming your way in the middleweight division tomorrow night, a rematch 17 years in the making.
I came from a really, hard town. My brother was getting into gang fights and fights on the street. I got stabbed, but from getting just roughed around as a kid, I had a really solid mentality. So when I went out there, I just did what I knew.
The kid from the streets of Stockton. This guy is as real as it gets.
I was just trying to survive and fight. In martial arts, it's kind of do or die.
Nick Diaz, without a doubt.
You really got to suck it up and beat the ball out there.
He's twisted it back. And that's it. He tapped. Fantastic.
I didn't know much about him. I just figured I was just gonna run through him, knock him out.
Everybody was like, "Oh, you're fighting Robbie." Like, there was no way I was gonna win. He knocked out Steve Berger, Tiki Guzin.
It's over!
And he knocked these guys out, man.
This kid swings to kill you! This one has sudden ending written all over it.
I spooked him, I gave him a real hard slap.
I would have thought he would have taken a right open hand slap by Diaz. And he knocks Robbie Lawler! Now Lawler is angry! Lawler trying to swing for the fences! That's domination! Diaz knocks down Robbie Lawler! And it's all over! Robbie Lawler! And it's all over! Diaz has knocked out Robbie Lawler! He doesn't want to accept it! He doesn't want to accept it, but it is over! They are on their feet!
He hit me with a nice shot, but I've been doing this for a long time, fighting. It's all about evolution and trying to get better, and that's what I've been doing my whole career.
You talk about born to fight, the evolution of Robbie Lawler, who won the UFC welterweight championship back in 2014, twice defended it.
That was years of fighting right there, coming to fruition. Robbie Lawler will never quit. He's too tough.
I went on my path, he went on his path.
Diaz makes history with his third successful Strikeforce welterweight title defense.
Now we're crossing paths again.
This is everybody's dream. Robbie Lawler welcomes back Stockton's own Nick Diaz.
There's no reason why I shouldn't beat Robbie again. I'm actually way more of a dangerous fighter than I was when I fought him the first time.
When Nick Diaz smells blood like this, he swarms vicious hooks to the body.
He's a guy who goes out there and tries to put on a show, doesn't show his opponent any respect. So it's going to be nice to go out there and knock him out.
Oh, he's hurt bad. Big bombs by Robbie Lawler.
He's going to have to dig deep to catch me with a shot. I don't really see much that this guy can do to me.
It's over! Diaz!
I expect a hell of a fight. Two guys going out there ready to put on a show for the fans, and I can't wait to go in there and do some damage.
I want to go out there and beat Robbie again. At the end of the day, it's just business, and I'm ready to do my job.
First fighter to the scale, the former undisputed UFC welterweight champion, Ruthless Robbie Lawler. $184, the official weight for Robbie Lawler. And his opponent back for the first time in a long time out of Stockton, California, USA, Nick Diaz. $185.5 for Nick Diaz. All right, with that backdrop, we now take a closer look at the co-headliner set to compete tomorrow night for the UFC Women's Flyweight Championship.
Anything. While my opponent is trying to figure out what is the weakness of mine, don't waste your time. There is no one.
I'm going to take it to her. I'm going to go right after her. I'm more athletic. I'm stronger. I'm tougher.
The stronger, the better. There is only one end of this fight. My hands raised up.
First fighter to the scale is the challenger and number 3 ranked flyweight contender, Lucky Lauren Murphy. Official weight 125 pounds for the challenger, Lucky Lauren Murphy. And her opponent, only one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters in the world today, the undisputed UFC flyweight champion, Valentina Shevchenko. 124, the official weight for the champion. All right, first we will step over here and talk to the challenger, Lucky Lauren Murphy. Nothing lucky about it. Congratulations on the title shot. What are your emotions on the eve of the biggest fight of your life?
I know I have what it takes to win this fight. I'm ready to shock the world. Thank you, Vegas. I'm so happy to be here.
Lauren Murphy, ladies and gentlemen. And we step over here and talk to the classy champion. Of course, she is Valentina Shevchenko. 6th title defense for you tomorrow night. Final thoughts on the eve of another huge UFC title defense.
Feeling amazing, feeling strong, powerful, energized by all your spirits, by all your support. And tomorrow is a day of action. Tomorrow, no matter what, just the victory, what is matter. Let's go.
There she is, Valentina Shevchenko. All right, folks, one final time. We have a feature for you now on the 2 men who will share the octagon tomorrow night in our featherweight championship main event. When you talk about the greatest featherweights of all time, the 2 names that are brought up are Jose Aldo and Max Holloway, and Volkanovski has left both of them in his wake.
I am just a regular bloke from a small town who happens to be the best featherweight in the world, you know what I mean? I'm a world champ, whether you like it or not.
Because Volkanovski is the real deal, right? A guy with big power, a guy that has great cardio.
Relentless.
He doesn't let you rest.
You need to be calm in the chaos, and there's only one way to do it, is preparation. In the gym, and you know, we are doing it day in, day out. And you know, we're preparing ourselves for war, we're preparing ourselves for whatever happens in there.
Volkanovski with an incredible pace here, too. He's just putting a lot of pressure on Mendez.
Oh, Mendez goes down! Alexander the Great has arrived!
There's just this new motivation that I have right now, you know what I mean? Like whether it's something, you know, I need to prove something, I don't know what it is, but there's still doubters out there. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what's giving me this new fire in the belly, and it's good, because I'm going to use it.
22-1, 19 consecutive wins.
Alexander Volkanovski is an absolute stud, right? An absolute hammer.
And I want them number 1 contenders, whoever people think can beat me, I'll take him out and show you I'm the best in the world.
After the Max fight, we decided to move forward, get a whole new team, a better team, and now there's structure. Before there was none. I had 3rd round finishes because I was trying to figure out a game plan while I was fighting.
Oh, he's hurt! Guevara's in a world of trouble here!
Oh, huge knee by Ortega. That's it.
Now, I'm coming right off the bat with an actual plan. It worked well against the Korean Zombie.
Well, they went to the lab and they recreated. They went and chipped away at all the bad things. And this version of Brian Ortega is a problem for everyone.
Oh! Spinning elbow!
If the fight with Zombie showed people that I got better, that was nothing. That was just me as a beginner. Now I'm stepping into a different zone, a different world, and I'm coming back even scarier, in my opinion.
When a guy is as good at jiu-jitsu as Brian Ortega is, you don't want to go to the floor with him. And Volkanovski, he loves to take guys to the ground. He loves to put the pressure on him.
A lot of people, you know, saying Ortega 2.0, he's going to do Alex and he's going to finish Alex, he's going to wrap that neck up. I love that, man. I love being the underdog. No one thought I was going to make it to the top. I'm here and I'm here to stay.
There's never a point in the fight where I'm just trying to win by points, from knocking you out off your feet, from choking you out in the air, and bring more of a war. That's something he doesn't really do. I really want to find out if he can.
I just think he's fake. He plays nice guy and I just think it's all bull.
You didn't do Shut the up. You're just a person, ain't you?
Little guy syndrome, dude. He wants to start talking and he's getting annoying.
That belt ain't going nowhere.
I'm just going to be too much in there. I believe he's going to crumble. The finish is going to be there. I'm going to be levels ahead, and I'm going to prove that.
Alexander the Great! How about it?
There's not a chance I'll leave it to the judges. It's going to be a finish.
First fighter to the scale, the challenger and number 2 ranked featherweight contender, Brian T-City Ortega. £144, the official weight for Brian Ortega. And his opponent is the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC featherweight champion, Alexander the Great Volkanovski. Official weight 145.5 for Alexander Volkanovski. All right, we will corral the challenger, Brian T-City Ortega. Nice pop from the crowd, of course, when you came out tonight. Obviously, the words will give way to the action tomorrow night. Any final thoughts on the eve of your second UFC title shot?
No more words. Tomorrow, fuck the belt. I'm coming for your head.
Brian Ortega, folks. And the champion, of course, is Alexander the Great Volkanovski. It's been a tremendous run for you, 19 consecutive wins. What type of fight are you expecting here tomorrow night?
Mate, he reckons he's gonna bring it. I want him coming guns blazing. Everyone back home in Australia, hey, stay strong. I'm bringing that belt back to Australia. Let's go.
There he is, folks, the champion, Alexander Volkanovski. All right, well, this week, UFC Fan Experience did a complete takeover of the park at New York, Las Vegas, Hall of Fame, weigh-ins, autograph sessions, pressers. We just wanted to say on behalf of the UFC, thank you very much to the park. Thanks to all of you. One more sleep. We'll see you tomorrow night.